your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and finishing up my coffee for this morning in my beautiful spring mug because it's very much like spring here. A little scary for summer, but we'll take what comes. So, what happens when curveballs come in and kind of derail us? What happened to me yesterday? And, there's always where I go. For one, is what is here for me to grow, to learn, to expand with, and expand from. And that's owning the possibility that there is always something for us to learn. And in my experience and in my guidance, it is that some of the most challenging ones, the most impactful experiences, are where we can grow and learn the most. And so I go inward and start looking at what it is that it triggered, what needs to be healed inside me, and what can I learn and grow and do some changing with, because then I'm in my power. I'm not under the circumstances. And this was rough, as anytime I feel like I've made a mistake, it's kind of awful. I go very, very dark at some points, but I also employ tools that I have. And again, when I am owning that I get to grow from it, it's not going to take me under completely. It is a time to pull back. And so this is what, and I was working on it this morning, and I had actually spoke with a mentor yesterday who really echoed some of the thoughts I had when this message came through to me. But again, it threw me. And so first, when things really throw us off, it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your dependency on others. And basically, it says to go inward. I pulled these two card decks when I walked into my office, and I had no direction. I just, for what was going on inside me, I pulled the cards. And these are what came up. And this is truly what I do. It's like I have to pull back. I have to go inward. This is a time for me also to explore where they were at with the issue, and own that I'm not the only one involved in this, but what I can do is my work. And my mentor pointed out to me that because it was so many months after the event that spawned this message, and we'd had interactions after that were fine and everything seemed good. So, it's like, okay, what's really going on? But there is a lot of stuff triggering people out there, and people are looking to deposit blame for lots of things in life. And so you want to go, what is mine here? Because everything that comes in does not necessarily make it yours. Hello, David Juarez. Or maybe David. I'm sorry, because in that Juarez, it's probably David. So it's time to strike out on your own, meaning you can't put all your eggs in the basket of others. And you also don't have to accept what all the others have told you, but you do want to go inward and work with it. And so then the next part is grounding. The tortoise says, you're too fragmented. It is time to ground. And certainly when you're attacked, and that's what it felt like. I mean, it definitely went into my inner world of I did something wrong. And the message was not vicious by any mean. It was sent with good intentions. But when I have an error that I perceive I've made, it becomes very personal, and I go into what could I have done differently, and what do I really need to do differently? Because again, part of that message didn't resonate with me. And so it's like, I will take what does. And when I talked to my friend, and I was searching for who I needed to visit with, because we do need the support of others, but we can't give away our power to others. And so the person that I came up actually had been coming up for a few days. And so I reached out, and they, like I said, echoed a couple of the thoughts that I had about the message, that this isn't quite all settling in. And so you go inward, you look to what you can do. And the maps card, it's one ring circus. You're capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision and resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. So if I gave all my power to the one aspect saying, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, it's debilitating. But when I own that, I'm sure there's something there for me, but it's not all. And it's not as heavy as I made it unless I want it to be. So you want to go inward, you want to ground, and perspective is everything. And then the next map card that came up was Field of Dreams. And I went to the thing coming up in my field that I was considering then not doing because of this text. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. And so it is important that I look at what this person brought through with some pullback, not such, certainly not the victim, because that's where you can go. And I did. I mean, I was like, I'm going to quit. I'm not doing any of this anymore. And the truth is, and I had this thought too, which is when you put yourself out and you are offering to help people, there is always going to be some that become of fragmented mind. And while there was a great deal of joy and love and all that came through in this event that we held, there was some stuff that needed some work. So you can take it for your learning, or you can take it to knock you off. And I still want to be out there offering my service to others, and I will. There is healing and certainly some shift that needs to happen in me as I move forward. We are never going to be perfect. And that's the one big thing I need to work with, is that I'm not always going to do things perfectly. So what is it that you need to journey with in this lifetime? How can you move forward in your power with things that you learn and when the curveballs come in? Thanks for listening. I hope this has spoke to you in some way. If it has, please like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with anybody that may be suffering some stuff. Hello, Julia. And if it can help them get through some challenging times, please share. Thanks again. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.